to defray the expenses of the Ministry of Children and Family
It
Development.
must have been a
Ministry
lunch because
Operations
it
to
popped right
31st
back on,
March
so they should carry on
2013.
with their debate.
Thank you. Minister?
And before we begin, I'd like to take this opportunity to get back with a few answers that were left, that were taken on notice yesterday.
Okay, so
As
what we were
promised,
watching happened
I'd like
yesterday,
to provide the
and
member
this, I
through
guess,
the
happened
chair
today.
the list of group homes with full names. So that I will do through the chair. Second, on the number
we were
of
talking about children in
reportable,
foster care, not in
for
group
children
homes.
in care. The question actually was, what is the total number of reportable circumstance reports regarding children in care received by the ministry in 2011? The number of reportable circumstance reports regarding children in care of the director, and this includes delegated Aboriginal agencies in 2011, was 834. A follow-up question, does the ministry track the number of reportable circumstances that take place in group homes? Yes, the ministry's reportable circumstance report tracking system is currently child-based, so it does not break down reports by location where the critical incident occurred. But I can confirm that as a result of your raising the question, this ministry will now track where each critical incident takes place, as we received the reportable circumstance reports for 2012 and 13. And there was one additional. You requested a line-by-line reconciliation for a residential services budget between last year and this year. We're currently reviewing and will provide for the member by early next week.
Member from North Island.
Through the chair, I thank the Minister for being
Okay, so what happened to Jenny
her
Kwong?
responses.
Does
At
this
the end
make
of
any
yesterday
sense?
afternoon, if I might get
Okay,
back
I haven't
slightly
moved
to
off the
discussing,
couch.
we are talking
I thought the
about
debate
children
was
with special
over.
needs,
Jenny was putting it on hold,
specifically
and now
about
we've got
the,
this lady
question
coming
of
up with some
wait
new
lists,
stuff that
I've
we don't
heard
even know what
reports
she's
that there
talking
were
about, and this is
a
all in a
recent
matter of
issue
10
in,
minutes. And this is
Prison
this is how we
about,
debate our budgets in
mainland
British
where
Columbia,
social
Canada.
workers who work
You
with
know,
children
well,
with
our kids
special
go
needs
fucking
with
crazy because the
cases of
videos that are
150.
going up
They also
before
have
this
wait
one,
lists of
okay,
about
I am not
190,
taking no
so
pride in that.
I'd ask the
It really makes
Minister,
me question what kind of
specifically
parent
about
that had a
these
son
wait
grow up
lists,
and want to
how
become a freaking alcoholic,
they
and
are
then,
being
you know,
managed
the government
and,
does whatever the
how
government
social
does.
workers are
But
expected
you know
to
what?
deal with
In
it.
the real world, we're watching a real debate. I don't know what kind of fucking debate this is, but this is bullshit, okay? Bull fucking shit, because I don't even know what this lady's talking about. I'm thinking about what Jenny Kwan's question was. That's where we should be at with the debate. They should take this stuff, and this is important stuff. We're talking about children. They want us up there blah, blah, blah about children. No, you want to talk about children? Take it to the main house. Debate it in the house like the old days. Take it till 6 o'clock in the morning until your eyeballs fell out. You know? Right, mate? Work for your freaking money. Just don't strut through with, you know, with your hand in your pocket and, you know, thinking you're all big and bad, because at the end of the day, this is a fucking joke. And I'm going to upload this crap, okay? Because I used to watch this stuff 12 years ago when a real debate was going on. This stuff, this is Mickey Mouse. This is somebody that's afraid and wants to play games, right? You know? Bullshit. Just a bunch of bullshit. That's why all the kids are in foster care. That's why they're going into group homes. That's why they're turning into addicts and, you know, drunks and the next gambling generation, you know, and their online pornography and all this other shit that the government promotes on the side, right? I was listening to child care spaces and, you know, and children in care, and there was a lady that had 3 kids that was living in a 1-bedroom apartment because she couldn't afford fucking rent, because we know that they you know, took off the rental cap. So once that happened, it became a free-for-all for all the renters, right? You know, half of them got kicked out all in a matter of 2 years. That was it. Boom, everybody was homeless. And then we had to move back into the same fucking dumps, right, and pay $300 more. So this lady's sitting up in a 1-bedroom with her 3 kids trying to survive, and the government come along, take away her kids, said, well, you know, you can't have them back until you get at least 2-bedroom. You can't afford a fucking 2-bedroom, you know? And if they ain't doing that, they're tearing them down and they're building condos that they're going to sell to somebody else that you could never afford.
To the member.
Next generation of prison, right? Cops got all your fucking information. Oh, we know what family you are. We know all about you because we got a long list, type it all in as they're building their fucking prisons. Like, come on, people, wake up. This is what's going on.
Very high needs. Special needs social workers typically have a higher caseloads than their child
And that's
protection
politics.
counterparts due to the nature of the work.
And the people that choose to side with that kind of
Caseload
politics,
numbers don't
honest to God, I don't know how they get up in the morning and look in the
necessarily
freaking
represent
mirror.
clients they may have that require ongoing direct attention. Majority of the cases,
They're in bed with a fucking country that builds empty cities with our wood, that we can't build our own houses with to house our own people. Well, where does that make any freaking sense? They partner up with big fucking corporations that want to frack our mountains and drill for oil and look for gold and, dig around and for uranium and ship it off to some other fucking country that's going to just pollute up the planet and it's going to blow back our way. And then they're going to say, oh, we do it for you because we love you. Swallow your bitter pill. Whatever it is, we're in power,
Assess the workload for
This is just rambling like I am. This is not what we were talking about 15 minutes ago. I want to know what happened to that lady with those 3 kids.
Three levels.
I want Jenny Kwan's questions answered. That's where we left off when they clicked off and said we're coming back.
Usually involve families that are really in crisis.
I really want people to notice this, okay? You gotta see how they disinformation you, how they cut you off from the fray of thinking straight. Just like when YouTube came in and started changing up everything and making it hard for you to connect the fucking dots. This is the same shit going on right here.
Priority 3 response, and those are the low need for support and assistance, and those are usually transactional programs, i.e.
And this is why people are going crazy. More and more people going crazy.
On an as-needed basis. So we've established criteria for assisting social workers to assess these categories.
But instead of getting them help, actual medical help or, spiritual help or, a holistic, wholesome, productive kind of a way help. They got to corner them in like some freaking, rabid dog, right? That they got to shoot and kill and hang up and bleed out. And when they're done with that and whack it around a little more, and then when they're going to throw it in a fucking cage and hope it revives itself so it can become your fucking dog.
At the computer, if you will, and more time with the client.
That's the division between the haves and the haves not. Okay? I'm just giving you an example in terms of how people feel when it gets real bad for them. And these people don't understand that. These ones on the government side, they don't seem to understand that. They have no sympathy. They have no fucking empathy. They sure in the hell don't have empathy. And if they have any sympathy, it's very minimal.
Directly through the contracted agency within the community. These service providers are responsible for tracking their own service requests and waitlist information. And currently there is no consistent information system that all agencies use to record intakes, waitlists, or service provision. But there are some mitigation strategies that we have here, and I think probably
let's just listen and see what's so important. What does this lady have to say?
You're anxious about the time. The wait list for family support services, however, are managed within the regions.
We're 8 minutes into this one,
waitlist management
and what the hell is she fucking talking about?
Making it difficult to quantify the
doesn't even make any sense, man. That's not where we left off. What do I gotta flip around through some channel guide that I can't even find?
I can read them here if the
right. Read. Find us where we were talking about the last subject. Maybe you'll get lucky like a lottery and win the fucking information, right?
I'd appreciate if the minister could just.
I admit I had a bad fucking day today. It probably wasn't a good time to turn on this shit, right? But you know what? This stuff is important, very freaking important, and it gets my blood boiled because I go out and I work with the kids and I see the mothers and the fathers and the children and I know what they go through. I know what I go through.
150 cases that they're dealing with. And while some are obviously higher needs than others, there's still 150 cases.
Some are others, some less, some more, right? You go with the flow, eh? You help the ones that are kind of making it to so that they can help the ones that are struggling a little behind. But instead of you want to chop everybody down like a fucking tree, just make it a barren land. And then after that, go start digging around for some minerals or something, hope to get your fucking mother load on with that one. You can't rob the fucking trees, you're going to start digging in the ground.
I understand that policies are being changed. When are these policies actually going to be put in practice across all the regions?
Or build that new Supermax prison. These people, they bring it upon themselves. If they didn't want the population to see them like this, or at least part of the population, if you want to say it's a polarized freaking political system, right? You know what? If they don't want the other half seeing them like that, then maybe they should pull themselves up by their own damn bootstraps and take some of their own freaking advice. You know? Smarten up, you know? Become human. Act, behave, behave well, right? You know? Work hard. Actually work. You know? Don't play fucking games. Yes, I'm fucking doing it right now. They're talking about childcare and shit. They had Jenny Kwan on there. She was on a roll, and they cut it off. Said, "Oh well, your time is up." You know, blah blah blah. Closed the session. I thought it was over. Popped up this shit. Same fucking ministry, only a different debate from yesterday. How does that make any sense?
Where is some toilet paper?
I don't know. There's some downstairs, but there's a roll around. Look in Sierra's room. Marquine bought some. Somebody bought some. I seen it. Here, just use this for now. Stick it out before. Don't overtake, right? All this government did for me was produce an impotent freaking nonprofit because they want to politically control it. They can't because I'm a bitch. They know I'm a bitch, you know, but whatever. It is what it is, you know. I will die off and the nonprofit will probably still live on. And I hope the hell whoever takes the helm actually has some balls to stand up and say something. You know, if it's a fucking kangaroo court, you call it for what it is. It's a fucking kangaroo court. It's not a debate, okay? I don't even know what the hell we're debating on about.
Look, Tisha.
What about?
This is my mouthwash, right? And then she didn't even put the lid back on. So if one day grab it, it goes everywhere.
Can you keep it in your room?
Can you tell her not to touch my
Can you just keep it in your room? That would be better. You do have a room
Where am I supposed to put it in my room?
on the dresser in the back.
Everything else I have.
Well, then maybe you have too much junk in there.
Maybe I have no room to pull that through.
Well, that's not my fault.
You have too much junk in the fucking closet.
Whatever, Sierra. Make do with what you got. Be grateful you got something. They're debating on with people that don't have nothing. Woman sitting up in an apartment with her kids and they come along and take away her kids because they didn't think there was enough space in there. You know? Huh. Right. But we know why. Because the rents went up ridiculously.
Minister.
Thank you, Chair, and through to the member opposite.
Well, this government
So
takes away
what I would have
federal
just mentioned
family
to you
baby
about the priority
bonuses
rating and doing that, that's
on a
basically
mistake
step one
with a
of,
check not
our
being
proceeding.
delivered.
And it's to better,
Whose
to put
mistake?
a
The
priority
post
rating
office?
together so
The
that we
federal
better
government? It
understand
was
the
a federal
workload
check.
and have a
But yet the
consistent
provincial
tracking
government,
system.
you know,
So that
decided
is
to
in
take it
place
away,
now.
right? Because
Step
it
two,
wasn't
and that's
it
what we're
wasn't
doing
noted
right
that
now,
it wasn't
and
delivered.
that is,
I mean, what kind of rhetoric
working
is
with
that?
the
That's just like a
social
lot of
workers
spin.
on,
You know.
mapping and better understanding the steps that social workers take in doing their work. So what exactly is the process they go through? So map that through, and then step 3 will be that
I'm
going
gonna turn this on and turn it back on, make myself a tea and try and calm down.
And at that point, be in a much better position
know.
to review the resource.
Like everybody's got their problems, but when you got political problems that create more social problems, we got a civilized,
Through the
you know,
chair,
a civilization
as a
problem.
result of the isolated and invisible report with the children.
Go look to the
children
root
youth,
cause.
The ministry agreed one of the recommendations.
And where is the
was
biggest
going
and
to
the
be,
main root?
ensuring that
Huh?
each social worker
Think about it.
visited, had contact with every person on their caseload at least once a year.
I'm gonna flip this
I've
on
had
and off.
Certain social workers tell
Back
me that
on.
this is because of the high caseload and the number of young people that they have on their list, that they, effectively it's just checking a box. They have really very little opportunity to have meaningful contact.
And what am I
believe
doing?
that this
Picking
is
out freaking morning glory
undermining the
for something I
intent
won't
of
even be able
the
to
report
enjoy in
and
probably
very
anywhere
active
from
and
1 to 5
stick
years
this
from
one.
now. I'll be homeless.